king, I am not a god, I am Arcanes!
What's good, Tano? In today's video, I will show you how to build your Incarnon Phenmor for red crits to take down level 9999 steel path enemies in Warframe, or known as level cap. But first, let me show you what this weapon capable of.
Stop.
Gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again.
Whoa, what a red crit beast! Don't forget to hit a like to help the channel and the algorithm, much appreciated. And if you want to see future videos, don't hesitate to subscribe and turn the bell on. And now, first thing first, how you get the Phenmor? Very simple. You go to your navigation, Zariman, Crystallith, Cavalero, and you purchase the Phenmor. Really easy. Now, every mod and every arcane you will see in today's video. How to get it? Very simple. You go to the codex in your orbiter, and then you go to universe right about here. You go to mods, you pick the mod that you're looking for, you hover over it, and it will show you here how you get it. Next, if you want the arcanes, same thing. You click on the arcane that you are looking for, and it will show you here where you get that arcane. Now, as always, before I build a weapon or warframe, I rely on my method called D.V.S. D stands for how I'll be dealing damage, what elements I'll be using, what's the faction I am fighting, what the weapon has to offer as a trait or evolutions when it comes to Incarnons. V stands for how I proc 10 stacks of viral to make enemies vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor. Armor doesn't matter in Warframe, but there is something called damage reduction that comes with armor and it's connected to it, and when enemies scale in level, it scales the EHP, so the damage reduction become important. By lowering the armor, we lower the damage reduction, so we deal higher damage. Of course, this weapon build will not include any Riven, as I can't expect you to have the same Riven or go to buy a Riven. It doesn't make sense. So all my builds are without Rivens. And also I use Revenant, so I don't boost the weapon in any way. No Eclipse, no Zeta Whisper, no Vix Fury, no Roar, nothing. So you can apply this build to a non-boosting Warframe and you receive the same results, or a boosting Warframe and you receive better results. And now, if you don't like my methods on how I proc viral and armor strip enemies, it's okay. You can check this sheet right here. It can help you maneuver around my methods to find your own style. As in Warframe, you can do the same thing in many different ways, but the results are the same. Easy as that. Now, I'll be running 2 Emerald Archon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 to 14 to armor strip enemies, as corrosive first stack will armor strip enemies by 26%, every stack after will armor strip it by 6%. 10 stacks equal to 80%, 14 stacks 100%. Other Archon shards doesn't really matter, and then I got nourished to proc viral. Now, this weapon really powerful and actually will kill enemies before you get the 14 stacks of corrosive, or even sometimes before even 10 stacks of nourish. So thinking about something like Tempest Barrage to speed up the process will be good as well. And now for the Warframe build, and you can apply this to any Warframe you want. Worthy camaraderie, 75% weak point critical chance increase, Arcane acceleration for fire rate, Arcane rage for damage, vigorous swap is optional, depends on the build, depends if you have a mod slot to spare, 165% damage for 3 seconds, I didn't use it in the speedrun, so it doesn't make vigorous swap something important on the build. Arcane acceleration is what you want to replace when it comes to the Arcane Energize, Arcane Aegis, Arcane Guardian, Arcane Bless, I don't know, or Molt Augmented, I don't know what you're using, but Arcane Acceleration is what you want to replace. Simple as that. Now, when it comes to the Phenmor, starting with the evolution. Evolution 1, weak point hit charge, means if you land a headshot, for example, you charge the Incarnon form, and to activate it, you need to hit the button in the mouse wheel like you're performing a heavy attack or a heavy slam. Hope that helps. Or switching a gunfire mode. Evolution 2, you got 3 options. You got the 20% fire rate, or the 80% projectile speed, and the accuracy and less recoil while aiming. All are good, but honestly, I'll go for fire rate, hands down, no doubt about it. Now, the Evolution 3, you got the headshot kill, 20% chance to instant reload. You got the on reload from empty, 100% reload speed for 6 seconds. And you got the magazine capacity. I don't feel the weapon need magazine capacity because the Incarnon form is a parallel magazine. In the meaning, when you activate the Incarnon form, you have a different magazine that it's rechargeable every single time you activate the Incarnon form. So headshot kill, instant reload, you'll be fine. Now, since we are landing headshots anyway, Evolution 4, you got the statue chance and minus critical chance, and this one is famous because a lot of channels building the Phenmor for negative critical chance, which is very, very powerful as well, and I have built on the channel for that. That's why I'm updating this build in a different path to crit chance, because I don't make the same builds over and over. I just, every time I find a new build or a new style or something different, I build around that. Second one, headshot builds 50% more Incarnon transmission shards, will be very nice as well. And then you got critical chance and statue chance, and this one is the best as it gives me statue and critical chance, and that's what I need. Now Evolution 4, here it's gonna be like a bit tricky and weird. Now you got on 2 headshots within 2 seconds 50% headshot damage for 8 seconds. Now, this is not multiplicative, this is additive to the primary deadhead. It's not multiplicative like the primary deadhead. Again, it's gonna be additive. The speedful defilement, enemies suffering fewer than 3 statue effect will receive 100% critical damage. This is amazing, but honestly, all like you got corrosive, you got viral, enemies will receive more than 3 every single time. Now the devouring attrition, you already have 30% critical chance, and it's not final because you'll have more than that because we will be using primary equity, and that's the reason I'm making this build. So this one I feel it's very, very useless, and I did a lot of testing around it. It's made for non-crit builds, so I will go with the headshot since we're going for headshots. Now when it comes to the Phenmor build, things go straight. Unique trait: headshot charge the Incarnon form, alternate fire transform weapon, that's the trait, easy as that. Galvanized chamber, multi-shot on kill, more multi-shot, critical delay for critical chance and minus fire rate. Primed Bane of Arcane for multiplicative damage against the faction you're fighting. You switch it depends accordingly. I cannot speak today. So you switch it depends on the faction you're fighting, Grenier, Infested, Corpus, whatever. Vital Sands for critical damage. Galvanized Aptitude, statue chance on direct and 40% direct damage per statue type affecting the target. High voltage for electricity and statue chance. Malignant Force for toxin and statue chance. Primary equity is the reason we're making this build. 350% weak point damage and 350% weak point critical chance. Multi-shot cannot be modified. So if we remove, for example, the primary equity, the multi-shot is 1.8 without any like multi-shot except the galvanized chamber. So technically the weapon has 1 multi-shot without galvanized chamber. So like it's 0.8. It's not gonna hurt that much, but it will, the primary equity 100% worth it, like you saw on the level cap. Primed rifle ammo mutation is optional, as you can use the vigilante supplies and it will give you that 5% chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapon, but that's totally up to you. Primary deadhead on precision headshot kill, 120% damage for 24 seconds, which is 360%. 30% headshot multiplier, which is multiplicative, and 50% minus 50% weapon recoil. Perfect, because this weapon have a very nasty recoil, and this intend to fix it. Now, first thing first, if you want to switch this weapon to viral because you have another source of armor stripping, very easy. All you have to do is you go and equip the private cryo rounds, or you can equip the rhyme rounds, depends what you have, or the normal cryo rounds. Okay, this 3 modes is your gameplay, and you switch the high voltage to rhyme rounds, and then you got viral in there. Now, for Thanos that's gonna be seeing galvanized, primed, what the heck is this, bro? I don't know what it is. Listen, Thanos, I know you're new. I will make it very easy. Every mod you see primed or galvanized, it have the equal normal version. For example, galvanized chamber, that is the normal chamber, split chamber. You replace it with that until you get the galvanized, and the galvanized mods you get them from the Arbiters of Hexis in any relay using the Vitus Essence from the arbitration. Okay, galvanized aptitude, you got the aptitude. Wait, hold on. Statues directly. There you go. Rifle aptitude right there. All right. Easy as that. Primed Bane of Arcane, easy. You can go for Grenier, for example. Bane of Grenier, it has the normal version right about there. Alright, now, when it comes to Rivens, for example, if you have a Riven with Toxin you replace Malignant Force. If you have a Riven with electricity, you replace High Voltage. If you have a Riven with multiplicative faction mod, you go for Primate Bane of Arcane. If you have a Riven, let's say CC, CD, multi-shot, and let's say negative zoom, that's become very hard, and the only option I can think of is the Primate Bane of Arcane. Now, something else you want to know. If you don't like replacing Primate Bane of Arcanes and the faction mods, you can use Serration, and Serration is multiplicative to the final evolution, which is 2000% critical, 2000% damage. But really, we're not building around that. Still, Serration will be the best option against the Primate Bane of Arcane for now. Okay, that's that. And I will give you a quick example here. For example, I can upgrade my Malignant Force to Phenmor AG Toxican, multi-shot, damage to Grenier, Toxin, and minus critical chance. But this will turn my build into a non-critical chance build, so you stay away from that. Okay? As you can see, I have 2 Ravens with minus critical chance because I build my Phenmor all the time with negative critical chance. But now, this build changed my mind, honestly, when I tested, I benchmarked it, and took it to level cap. And now when it comes to the companion, I'll be using Nautilus. And Nautilus can make it a bit hard for you when he pulls in the enemies to land headshots, Cordon to pull enemies, Duplex for the clones, Assault to attack, Vacuum to pull the loot, Manifold for more Cordon, and then you got Shield, Armor, Health, Reinforced Bond for fire rate, Tenacious Bolt for critical damage. If your Sentinel weapon has a 50% plus critical chance. Verglass is the best Sentinel weapon in the game right now, but it requires a Riven with critical chance, right? It's like so. Okay. But if you don't have a Verglass with a Riven, it's okay. You sacrificing 120% critical damage, and Verglass still very powerful. But if you want, you can go with one of the best priming Sentinel weapons in the game, for example, the Hellstorm. If you want critical chance, you go for the Primed Laser Rifle, can reach the 50%, and the Burst Laser Prime can reach the 50% plus, or the Volclock, alright? Otherwise, you can just build Verglass for more statue chance, like you add Radiation, Radiation and the Magnetic, and you'll be good. And now let's summon level 225 Heavy Corrupted Gunners and check how this weapon performs in Simulacruum. There is nothing to prove, already the weapon outperformed itself, as you can see right there. But look, if I shoot the leg, yellow crit. See that? Okay, so you need to land headshots. So this build is a headshot build, alright? So that's something you need to remember, alright? As you can see, the enemy 7 million. So enemies 6 million, 3 million. Look at this beauty. Look at that. This is so amazing. Like, totally. 5 million. Look at that. It's really, really, really awesome. Now, I didn't activate even the Incarnon form, guys. Activating the Incarnon form. Activating Nourish. Boom. Look at that. Boom. 1 million. Now, you'd say, Hank, maybe it's just like, you know, like, the Revenant making all this happen. Okay, let's switch, for example, to Excalibur, our perfect entertainer. There you go, Worthy, Rage, Acceleration, and Nourish in here. Why Revenant build? Let's go. All we're gonna do right now, activating Nourish, and then I armor strip them with Unairo, for example, and check this out. Boom, boom, 300, same thing. Boom, 4 million. As I told, 7 million. I told you. You can do the same thing, 9 million, the same things in Warframe, alright? But in many different ways, as you can see. That's why I use Revenant. This is the reason I use Revenant, so I don't boost the weapon in any way, so you guys can use it with any Warframe you want. It's either boosting or not boosting damage. I hope this helps. In the end, I will give this weapon 10 out of 10. One of the best primary weapons in the game. Actually, you can build in 2 ways. Negative critical chance or a critical chance build thanks to the primary equity. We didn't have access to it before the update 1999, but now things changed a lot in the game. And you need to have this weapon, honestly, in your arsenal, along with Phylarchs and Latium. They are the 3 dragons in Warframe. Also, I want to say special thanks to anyone supporting me in any way by liking, subbing, commenting. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Discord. Big love to you. Thank you so much. And I want to say special thanks to the Hall of members. All of you guys been an amazing support. The special VIPs as well. The Undisputed Donator Legend. The Hall of Donators. Big love to you and thank you so much for all your support. And all my community that's supporting in any way. Big love. Stay hydrated. And I'll see you guys next time.